Don't buy a sublimation printer yet. You can try vibrant, permanent sublimation crafting without it. I created a starter kit that has everything you need to experiment. Real blanks, pro-quality designs, and even a heat press if you need one. No big investment, no guessing. Just beautiful results and a simple way to see if sublimation crafting is for you. I've helped over 1 million people start sublimation, and this is by far the easiest way to begin. Hello everybody, Jennifer Maker here. It's a beautiful day to try sublimation crafting without a printer. Now, if you're wondering what sublimation crafting actually is, it's a special heat transfer method that lets you permanently infuse designs into things like mugs, shirts, towels, and more. It doesn't peel or fade. It becomes part of the material, like magic. Usually it requires a special printer and paper, but not today, because I've done the work to create a complete sublimation crafting experience without a printer. Inside the starter kit, you'll find hand-picked blanks that actually work, vibrant pre-printed designs, and everything you need to make real projects. No guessing, no waste. There's even an option to include a mini heat press that reaches the proper temperature for sublimation. Perfect for all the projects in the kit. Oh, and I have a special surprise for anyone who gets the kit that I'll show you soon, too. I will share all the details on how to get a starter kit at the end of this video. Let me show you exactly what's inside and how easy it is to make your very first sublimation craft. First up, these are the sublimation blanks. These are specially coated items like coasters, towels, wind spinners, and more that are ready to accept sublimation ink. These aren't your average blanks. Each one has been tested and approved for bold, long-lasting results. Next, you'll find a set of professionally printed sublimation transfers featuring my exclusive designs. These are ready to use. No printer required, just press and go. They're already sized to fit the blanks, so no resizing or trimming needed. You also get all the tools and supplies you need to make perfect transfers, like heat-resistant tape and protective paper. Every item is included for a reason, and I'll explain how to use each one as we go. Now, if you chose the version of the kit with the heat press, here it is. This is a compact 5 by 7 inch press that reaches up to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, or 204 degrees Celsius. Unfortunately, most home irons don't get hot enough for sublimation projects, so you'll need this if you don't already have a heat press. This one is small but mighty. I've been testing it out a lot and will share all my thoughts on it today. So whether you already have a suitable press or not, there's a starter kit for you. I've handpicked each item to ensure you're getting the best possible value and quality. And don't forget the special bonus, it will save you money too. So now that you've seen what's inside, let's pick a project and walk through exactly how it works, from blank to beautiful in just a few minutes. As with all sublimation projects, turn on a fan and open a window to improve your ventilation before beginning. We'll be handling the hot heat press and warm blanks, so keep the kit's heat-safe glove handy. I really like the quality of this glove. Set your press and its cradle on a stable work surface, then plug it in and turn it on. Another reason I picked these blanks is that they all get pressed at 380 degrees Fahrenheit, or 193 degrees Celsius, so you don't have to keep track of different temperatures. The press doesn't come with a heat-safe mat, so I'm using my Cricut pressing mat, but you can also just use a folded towel. For each blank, it's important to use fresh white cardstock to protect the mat from excess ink and direct heat for each project. I'll also use extra white butcher paper to protect my press, so remember both even if I don't mention them each time. First, let's work on a coaster. There are 2 4 by 4 inch coasters in the kit, and the pond and mountain design fit them perfectly. Use scissors to trim the designs apart, leaving some white space for taping. Lint roll the coaster to remove debris which can interfere with the design. Place the coaster on the protected pressing mat with white uncoated butcher paper on top to protect it from the direct heat. The kit comes with 3 pieces, but I like to have extra ready in case some extra ink gets on it. Preheat the coaster for 5 seconds to remove any moisture, which can also impact the transfer. Remember, the press is hot, so carefully place it back on the cradle. Then set the coaster aside to cool in a clean area. Put the printed design face up on the cardstock. Place the coaster face down on the print and center it so there is an even visible border of color. Use heat-resistant tape to secure its edges to the paper so it won't shift. The kit has enough tape for many projects, and the scissors cut it well. Carefully flip the project over on the cardstock. Add butcher paper on top to protect your press. Keep the press at 380 degrees Fahrenheit or 193 degrees Celsius and set it for 60 seconds. Lower the press straight down on the design and heat it for 60 seconds with medium pressure. When the time is up, lift the press straight up to avoid blurring the design by shifting the materials while the ink is still sublimating. Remove the butcher paper and let the project cool for about 10 seconds. Then remove the design to see your results. The luggage tag follows a similar process. Trim the tag designs apart close to the ink. Lint roll the tag to remove any debris, then place the tag face up on the pressing mat and protect it. Press for 5 seconds to remove any moisture, then let the blank cool. Use heat-resistant tape to secure the print face down on the tag. The tape can make the transfer lighter, so keep it away from the ink. Protect the design. Then press to 380 degrees Fahrenheit or 193 degrees Celsius and press for 60 seconds with medium pressure. Lift the press straight up to avoid ghosting and let the project cool for 10 seconds. Then remove the design to see your results. The bottle opener can be decorated on both sides, but I'll pick one. Trim the designs apart, leaving even white space for taping. You can use a lint roller and rubbing alcohol with a lint-free cloth to clean the metal blanks. Place the opener face up on the protected mat and secure the print face down on top. Avoid taping over ink as it can interfere with the transfer. Place a clean piece of butcher paper on top and then press at 380 degrees Fahrenheit or 193 degrees Celsius for 100 seconds with medium pressure. Carefully remove the press, then top paper and let the project cool for about 20 seconds until it's safe to handle with the glove. Then remove the tape and design to see your results. Isn't this pouch so cute? The details and shiny fabric take a little extra care, but it's worth the time. The seams and zipper make it uneven, so normally I'd use a pressing pillow inside to create a flat surface. The kit's dishcloth works perfectly, and we can sublimate it afterward. Make sure it isn't bunched up and supports the whole design area. Smooth the pouch on the protected mat and lint roll it. To minimize the paper's indent on the fabric, gently tear the pouch design away from the others, leaving some white space. This is called feathering. Protect the fabric from direct heat and preheat the pouch away from the zipper for 5 seconds without pressure. Let the project cool. Center and tape the design face down on the pouch at least an inch from the zipper. The tape can leave marks on the pouch, so use just enough to keep the design in place. Replace the butcher paper and press at 380 degrees Fahrenheit or 193 degrees Celsius for 60 seconds without pressure. The press's weight is enough to keep everything in place, and it will make less of an indent in the delicate fabric. Let the project cool completely to avoid the tape damaging the delicate fabric, then you can reveal your results. Now we can decorate the dish towel. Trim the design, leaving some white space. Use a lint roller to remove debris from the cloth. Fold the cloth in half the long way to find the center and smooth it face up on the protected pressing mat. I'll decorate close to one end. Protect it with clean butcher paper and preheat the design area for 5 seconds with a medium pressure. This will also add a slight middle crease to help with design placement. Unfold the cloth face up and let it cool. Gently bring the design sides together to make small center creases at the top and bottom on the white paper. Place the design face down on the cloth, aligning the creases to center the image. Tape the design down, then protect it and press at 380 degrees Fahrenheit or 193 degrees Celsius and set it for 30 seconds with medium pressure. Let the project cool completely before removing the tape and design to reveal your project. The mini wind spinners are super cute and you can decorate both sides. Pick a pair of matching designs and cut them apart. Lint roll the spinner to remove dust. You can also use rubbing alcohol and a lint-free cloth to clean the surface. Place a design copy face up and oriented correctly on the protected mat. Center the wind spinner on the design so the hanger hole is at the top and an even border of ink is visible. Tape the spinner to the print, then flip them over and protect the project. Press at 380 degrees Fahrenheit or 193 degrees Celsius for 60 seconds with medium pressure. Remove the butcher paper and let the project cool. You can safely move the spinner with the heat glove on after 10 to 15 seconds. See all the extra ink that went through the spaces? That's why we use protective paper and refresh it each time. Then remove the design to see your results. Complete the second side, ensuring that the designs are oriented the same way if there are specific patterns or elements. Remember to use fresh papers. If you want your wind spinner's colors to hold up to outdoor weather and sun, you can add a layer of protective spray following my tutorial at jennifermaker.com/652. Then, hold the spinner up so its bottom point is on the protected work surface for stability. Bend one side of the outermost ring so it's perpendicular to the middle. Go a little less on the next smaller ring bend, and so on until you've bent all of the rings an equal distance on one side. Then repeat on the other side with the bends going in the opposite direction. Sublimation is truly addictive. Once you start, you won't be able to stop. The possibilities are endless, and the results are always impressive. So whether you're a seasoned crafter or just starting out, I encourage you to give sublimation a try. You might just discover a new passion. To learn more about our Beginner Sublimation Kit and order yours today, go to jennifermaker.com/Sublimation Starter Kit. We partnered with MakerFlow, an awesome company that makes sublimation blanks and supplies to put this together for us. But it's important to note that kit quantities are limited, but if they've run out by the time you see this video, you can still get the individual blanks and supplies with the links I'm sharing too. If you want to make any of these projects and don't have the kit with pre-printed designs, they're also available in my free library under design number 741. You can print the designs using Google Docs following my tutorial at jennifermaker.com/689. Just remember to measure the design area to get the sizing correct. Want some help getting started? If you get either kit, you'll get an email with a special code to download a free copy of the written instructions for each of the kit blanks. The PDF is printable and so easy to use. You can even add your own notes as you practice. The download is a sample from my larger sublimation cookbook, which is a great resource once you want to expand beyond the starter kit options. You can learn more about the full ebook and how to get it at jennifermaker.com/Sublimation Cookbook. Whether you're dreaming of custom totes, pet-themed tumblers, or holiday ornaments, this guide has you covered. It's like having a crafty best friend, me, walk you through every step. And once you've built up your sublimation confidence, I'd love for you to learn even more with me. My advanced program includes dozens of sublimation tutorials and customization workshops you can use on tons of projects. Plus, I have Canva templates for each of the kit blanks ready for you. So if you have a sublimation printer, decide to get one, or want to order printed designs, you can make your own. Members of my advanced program have made home decorations, personalized gifts for friends and family, and even sold items with permanent sublimation designs created from my workshops. I want you to have the same creative opportunities, so come learn about all of the files, activities, and fun at jennifermaker.com/advance. So consider joining today. I also host a Facebook group just for sublimation, which is a great way to see all the fun you can have with it and all the amazing things you can make. Whether you're new to sublimation or not, come join us at jennifermaker.com/sublimation group. I'd love to have you come ask questions, share ideas, and get inspired. And that's it for today. Until next time, this is Jennifer Maker reminding you to craft a life you love.